Hey everyone, I just wanted to make a quick announcement here from the Albuquerque airport to let you know that I will be in Louisville for the next couple of weeks. I'm going there to work on AP grading, something I do often in the summers. I wanted to let you know this because I will be slightly less available than usual. I'll still be working on the class with you, studying modern Latin America with you, um, but I will also be working 8 to 5 Eastern Time on scoring AP exams. So I will be getting back to you either early in the morning or in the evenings, which this may not make any difference to you if you work in the evenings and things like this. For me, though, I typically work in the mornings, and so this will be a change. But again, I did want to let you know that if you send me a text or an email or tweet to me, and I don't get back to you for a day or so, that's why. It's because I'm doing this other thing as we are working on our class. Also, unfortunately, I will be in Louisville until June 12th, which means that I'll be back for 2.5 days before I will be taking leave to go on the cruise that I've mentioned elsewhere. So, again, just a heads up, just to let you know. I also wanted to say that the Twitter conversation is going well thus far. Please read each other's ideas, thoughts on history and historical thinking. I've also posted a few things there, some follow-up questions and such, and will continue to do so as folks jump on there. So remember that the initial Twitter assignment for Unit 1 is due this Sunday, June 2nd, as is the discussion that asks you to define Latin America by comparing the perspectives of John Chastain, who wrote the Born in Blood and Fire textbook, and Michel Gobat, who wrote an essay in the American Historical Review that you have a link to in Unit 1. So um, let's see, I think those are the main things that I really wanted to emphasize. Do take the readings and the study of historical thinking processes and skills very seriously here in Unit 1, because those are going to inform the way that we approach studying modern Latin America over the rest of the summer. Also, keep in mind and think about the ways that the kinds of questions we ask will determine the kinds of answers we get. And that may seem pretty straightforward, but if you're asking closed-end questions, or if you're asking questions about the past that are too narrow, you may unwittingly shut out certain perspectives that might help you to better understand the past. This is a challenge that historians face as we study major past events or smaller past events, whatever they are. As we're looking at the historical record, we have to keep in mind that it is harder to ask good questions often than to find the answers, because if we ask the wrong questions, or if we're kind of looking in the wrong area, we will miss things that would otherwise have helped us understand what was going on in the past. Um, we also need to be very mindful and open-minded of the ways that history will help us to build empathy for and understanding of people who live completely different lives than we do, hold completely different belief systems than we do, and see the world in different ways than we do. Some of that comes from the fact that we'll be studying people who lived a couple of hundred years before us, and things were different then. But also, history helps us understand that there are people of all sorts of different backgrounds um, in this world, and there is great diversity, and always has been great diversity. Um, and I think that's something that we're increasingly aware of in our kind of everyday lives. But studying other people's pasts will also help us to build more understanding for those people who are here in the present, whether they be folks of indigenous backgrounds, certain ethnic backgrounds, gender orientations, sexual orientations, gender identity, sexual orientations, religious backgrounds, whatever it may be. Those are things that history will help us to better understand beyond ourselves. And so I guess what I'm saying is that I would urge us all to study the past and see the past in ways that will allow us to gain those kinds of perspectives. All right, I hope you're having a great week. I look forward to continuing our study of Latin America, and I'll talk to you soon.